For the past 6 months, I've been running away from the rain, moving from rainy New Zealand to Australia in hopes of a little sunshine. Wow, I did not move to Australia to see more rain. That I should... Oh man, why? Why Australia? This makes me sad. When that didn't work, I moved thousands of kilometers from town to town to avoid it. Now I find myself in the outback of Queensland, a place that sees rain in a completely different way to myself. It's 43 degrees and it's raining, and I've never been so hot in my life. Andrew, whose family has lived here for almost 100 years, sat down to tell me what life is like without rain. So what is a storm season? Because you corrected me when I said wet season, because I'd always heard wet season, but it's a storm season up here.
So in the middle of the year it's dry, not much happens. Then what we've moved into is a storm season, and storm seasons, if you can imagine the area like a great big map, and the storms are like a thick outline texture, and the storms just track across the area. And so what it means is that some people will get rain and others won't. So it's just wherever the texture lines go, and the textures can start and they can stop. And so it's not as though everybody gets rain at the same time. It's just storms come through, some people get rain, other people don't. And it's interesting in that some people get a lot of rain. So some people get 70 or 80 mil of rain, and then right next door they can get 6 mil of rain. And everybody's desperately waiting on rain. Some people don't get it, but others do, and people who got the rain will say nicely that we got this amount of rain, but they also understand that other people didn't get the rain. Because rain is really the lifeblood of this area.
Yeah.
Once you get rain, and once you get 25, 50 mil of rain, that means you're going to get some good feed.
Yeah.
And that means you can hold your stock, and you'll make it through to the storm season, the wet season, etc.
We're all dying here, is that what you said?
Dome. We're a dome here, like Longreach to here. It's a big dome. Everything goes like, when rain comes through, it either goes north or south. So it goes like that around
It
us.
actually does as well. I see
But
it every time I see the map.
if you get a big system, it'll cut through us. But
Only
a
big ones.
general system, it'll go like that. It'll either go Aramac way or hit the river and go around us.
Keeps us dry. Dryish.
I mean...
It's pretty dry.
You have longer cycles, so you might have 3 or 4 years of good rain, and you have good stock, and you have good results, good wool clip. It's good for your cattle. But then you might go through several years where it's tough again, and so you have these longer cycles. And just because you've had several good years doesn't mean that the good years are going to continue.
Right.
So you need to make allowance for the fact that you're going to have tougher years and better years.
Right.
And if you can, the people that can pick when it's moving to the tougher years, and they make their decisions earlier, they do better. But nobody wants to sell their stock.
Yeah.
So
you want to hold on to as much as possible.
absolutely, because your stock is your income. If you have cattle, it's if you have sheep, it's the wool is the income.
People here have lived almost a decade in a drought and have experienced unimaginable loss. Andrew told me of a 13-year-old boy he knows who has gone to high school without knowing what rain sounds like. That's the reality of life here.
It was a beautiful story. So the family's north of Longreach, and our earliest memory may be 5 years old.
Right.
Maybe we don't remember that stuff before then. And so this son of their family went to high school at 13, and they'd been through that drought. And when the mum shared the story, just cried. She just had tears in her eyes because her son could never remember playing puddles around their house. He'd always been in drought. It'd always been dry, and it just put it in context. And it's just what this area's like.
This past week, a storm has relieved some of the pressure that drought brings. Where?
When there's generally not a lot of rain in the area, the confidence of the area changes. I mean, and you feel it. You feel it in the whole tone of the area. And when you do get the rain, people feel better. Everybody feels better. The whole community feels better.
It feels lighter. Just everyone's joking more.
Absolutely.
More excited for just in general. Rain is seen in a completely different way here. It brings energy to Ilfracombe and the surrounding areas. It means people aren't as worried about their livestock, and it's a sliver of hope for what's to come. And it means a day off of work, and a day off of work means a day in the pub.
Get your torch in your fucking
Can you see, mate?
Charles,
You get your little torch out, eh?
I saw it is deteriorating.
Is
I can
it? Do you
tell
want to
that.
lend on my glasses? I could actually see at your age.
I don't think I need fucking glasses.
Make good decisions, God. Like, get out of the rain.
There's a whole lot of things going on in terms of this environment, in terms of managing stock, keeping feed for the stock. Rain's part of it. Natural predators like grasshoppers are part of it, and you try and put all of that together. And then you've got these long cycles and short cycles, and you try and put all of that together to make it all work.
It's amazing the amount of difficulty it is to farm up here, and it's just surprising that people still try to do it, or still do it in general with the amount of things working against them.
But it does work. You can make a good income out here. I mean, if you have a good property and you manage it well and things go your way.
And you're making the right decisions early on, like you were saying.
Absolutely. People out here are very resilient. They are very tough. They're very resilient. It's when people come out here and trying to change things, that generally doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone says, great intentions of changing the culture or changing how things work, that generally doesn't work. Like the resilience of the people and the resilience of the culture out here generally is strong enough that it holds together. But that resilience also helps people survive the tough times.
Yeah.
It's how this area survives.
It's amazing. To say people are tough would be a massive understatement. And despite the hard lifestyle, people are still so friendly and caring, and are willing to help you out with whatever you need.
That's the way to go.
Yeah, you're not being yourself.
I need a beer, why? I need beer.
Right, I'll wait for you to get a beer then.
Cheers, uncle.
What are people like here?
They're very caring and willing to help everyone, but just don't piss them off.
We're talking about how people are so amazing here in Ilfracombe.
Yeah.
You're one of them,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The dog.
Then,
You hit a fence?
yeah.
What were you on, a motorbike?
Yeah. Yep.
Did it hurt?
No. Oh, God. It's
It hurt pretty bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
If you had to have surgery on it?
no.
No?
No.
Just stitches?
Yeah.
So how did you get back to the house? Did someone know that you got hurt? Or you just by yourself?
Yeah.
And you
Yeah,
drove
okay.
back?
Yeah.
One-handed?
Oh, fuck.
You're crazy.
It's
That's what I got here.
yeah. Beautiful.
Have you been out here your whole life?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you must love it.
Yes.
To not leave. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. 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 It's
And you've raised your kids here?
yeah.
How many kids?
1, 2, 3.